Hello and welcome to our channel. We're a young family that took the risk of quitting our corporate careers and went on full-time adventure living in a motorhome. Because we didn't want to do the 9 to 5 way, we jumped into experience of alternative off-grid living without having any camping experience before. That's where this all started. So join us on our adventure to see where this way of living could be leading to. If you watched our previous episodes, you already know that we are touring around Portugal and specifically exploring Algarve region. We have already visited places like Vila Moura, Praia de Falésia, the charming town Tavira, and we found the quietest spot in a very lively Albufeira. And now we are heading towards the small town called Silves. This historic town was originally the ancient capital of the Algarve. It was a major stronghold and important trading center. Today, Silves is very peaceful and unhurried. To be honest, like most of the places in Portugal, there wasn't much to explore in this town, therefore we only drove through to its outskirts until we discovered a very peaceful place to recover for next couple of days just before we headed back on the road. Obviously, this place was definitely different to others we used to have in Portugal. So I've got Since we have a couple of days off-road, I thought you might be interested in knowing how much the life on wheels in Portugal cost us. Let me tell you, but I will be taking in consideration only the essentials, that pretty much those things that any of you will need while traveling. First, let's start with parking. So for parking, we pay €0. Since we have been in Portugal, we have paid nothing for parking. And I must say, the views that we had, any hotel or holiday house would charge a fortune. Electricity, €0. Just because we have a full-spec solar panel system in place, it means that we can benefit from Portuguese sunny days, not for the pleasure only, but also having the advantage of decent amount of electricity for free. Fuel, €80. Because we don't drive every day, or sometimes we might be even staying a week or more around locations we love the most, it means that we're not spending much money on fuel a month either. And just to give you an idea, a full tank in Portugal would cost us about 70 to €80, which allowing us to drive 630 kilometers. Considering that Algarve region is only 170 kilometers long, feel free to do your own calculations. Food ended up being the most expensive amount from the list, €520. Yes, we love having good quality and healthy food. The price though is considered of shopping at local mercados and supermarkets, and sometimes treating ourselves with local restaurants. LPG gas, €22. Normally, this amount would fill up our 38 liters of gas to the top, which would normally last us for around 3 weeks. So just to mention, guys, we've been sent to this place to fill up the gas, as we have a refillable gas system here in our motorhome. Just because the Galp petrol stations, just to let you know, if you're in Portugal and you've got a refillable gas system, you won't be able to refill your gas in Galp petrol station in Portugal, just in Galp, not any other petrol stations. It's just because they say they had an accident before and they just don't allow any gas being refilled. €11. The price consists from 2 laundries and dryings a month. So the total cost for all essentials with comfortable living for us is €633. Obviously, it may vary from month to month, just it all depends how often we drive across the country and how long we stay in one place. And of course, this does not include any other activities or purchases that we might have during our travels. Let me know in the comments below how much you spend on your motorhome essentials, and give us a thumbs up if you want to hear more about this topic. Right, the time has come and we were ready to move on. But living this free lifestyle, maybe most of you will recognize yourself, but we often get to ask ourselves, where should we go next? So, without even discussing much, we headed to our favorite spot from Algarve. But beforehand, we needed just a quick food shopping and services for our van. Thanks to Portugal, because this is one of those countries where you will find places for it even near supermarket parking. Especially Intermarché in Portugal is a very van life friendly. In most of the places you will have all the facilities for you, and they will allow you to stay overnight as much as you need. We have just arrived on the parking space, and I guess that will be the spot where we're gonna stay tonight. So you're not gonna see anything now, but I will definitely show you tomorrow. You will be very impressed. We'll just check out if we actually allowed to stay here, because there was some signs here that caravans and motorhomes are not allowed, but we have seen some other campers here. So I hope we should be fine. Oh, so windy outside, but it's really nice. I promise you, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it tomorrow. On the next day after arrival, we even had to change one's position to another side, as the night before we felt like we are on the rocking boat. You can see there is many campers and motorhomes here are parking up, and it's quite popular spot, but we have decided to change the position because it is a little bit windy, because you are just at the edge of the coast, and obviously that's a quite windy place. So Sagres is one of our favorite spots in Algarve, in particular the Cape of St. Vincent, which is famous for its impressive high cliffs looking over the Atlantic Ocean. During the Age of Discoveries, this place was often the starting point for boat journeys to explore the world. But the only thing I want you to know when traveling to Sagres, make sure to bring your warm clothes, as this is considered to be one of the windiest and sometimes coldest places in the Algarve. The cliffs that rise here about 75 meters above the ocean, and the Romans actually referred to this cape as the end of the world, which I can definitely agree. On the Cape of St. Vincent you can find a lighthouse that is today one of the most powerful lighthouses in Europe. The sunset can be especially beautiful around here. If you can, make sure to stay for the sunset. Another reason why we love this place is because Sagres is quite remote from the touristic hotspots of the Algarve. As a result, there are relatively few tourists in Sagres. Many people that do visit come here mostly for surfing. Also, you'll find people fishing, biking or hiking in remote nature area is popular. You should definitely visit this place if you're a lover of all of this. But for us, it's time to move on. To be honest, until the moment we headed towards the next place, I thought that Sagres was one of my favorite. But things has changed when we accidentally discovered more of Portuguese hidden gems. And believe me, this made me realize that I'm in love in Portugal. But all about it we will tell you in our next episode. Stay tuned and make sure to subscribe to our channel to not miss of any of those places.